So today we're covering the most affordable LGBTQ-friendly college towns to live in, and that's because one of you requested that. A listener or viewer requested that of us, which reminds us that if you would like to see us create a list of affordable places for LGBTQ folks along a particular category, just let us know in the comments on this YouTube video, or if you're listening, you can email us at questions@debtfreeguys.com. So why would somebody want to live in a college town?
I
Well,
can
there
think
are
of a lot of reasons.
yeah, there are a variety of reasons. There's seems to always be something going on in college towns, right? There's a lot of activity. A lot of that is because there's a young vibe, which is good for older souls like ours. Whether you're old in age or just old as a soul, it might be good for you. And it also oftentimes we find that these are towns or small cities that are a center of cultural activity and sports in the state that they're in. Usually, we will find that college towns are very walkable, which is great for people who don't want to or cannot purchase or drive a car. It's also typically the area within the state that does have good employment opportunities, not just because of colleges, but also because businesses also will end up in those areas because they want to attract that educated talent that is coming out of those universities or colleges. So we did gather our data from two main data sources, bestcollegereviews.org and collegevaluesonline.com. Both created a top 50 cities and a top 50 towns. And so we looked at those and added those to our typical information. So here are the 7 most affordable LGBTQ-friendly college towns, starting at number 7, John.
Number 7 is Lexington, Kentucky, which is the home of Transylvania University, which I did not know was a thing until today, and University of Kentucky. Lexington does have the highest rents on this particular list of 7, coming in at $1,404 per month for your average 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. It has the highest home values on this list as well, coming in at about $287,000 per property. But it's offset a little bit by the slightly above average median and average incomes, hopefully kind of absorb some of those expenses for you. It scored the 19th position according to Best College Reviews on their list. And the urban growth boundary, which was established in the late 1950s, keeps the density of the city pretty high, and it preserves the surrounding horse farms that helps maintains the region's identity, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Coming in at number 6 is Iowa City, Iowa, which is home to the University of Iowa, a Big Ten school. It does have the lowest average incomes, coming in at $66,000, but it also has below average rents, home values, and costs of living, which kind of makes sense with if you have lower incomes, you can't afford much, right? Although it does have the highest ranking of best college reviews on this list, coming in at number 9. It also has the highest ranking on this list from College Values Online, coming in at number 18 on their list. It also is North America's only UNESCO City of Literature due to the Iowa Writers Conference and association with writers such as Robert Frost, Flannery O'Connor, and Kurt Vonnegut. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Somebody will probably correct me if I'm not.
No doubt. You're listening to or watching Queer Money episode number 527. We're continuing to share our most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly cities lists and all different shapes, sizes, and packages. So keep those recommendations coming and we'll keep doing them. Today, you're obviously watching the 7 most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly college towns per listener request. Last week, we covered the most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly cities in the Sunbelt states, for those of you who like it warmer.
The mission of Queer Money is to financially empower the LGBTQ plus community. Join us in thanking Capital One for supporting that mission.
All right, Morgantown, West Virginia lands our number 5 position. Morgantown, West Virginia is the home of West Virginia University, and it's kind of rocking it with the C's here. Sticking with the college theme, right? It's
middle of the road,
flying under the radar.
Up to the top, right?
It does have the lowest ranking on this particular list per College Values Online, coming in at number 34. And CNN, for the last several years, listed it as the top 50 places to launch a business. So if you're an entrepreneur or you're looking to start a business, maybe this is the place for you to gravitate to. And then catch this, in the late 1970s, it was picked as an experimental site per the U.S. Department of Transportation for a personal rapid transit system, which a lot of the college students use and might be good for those of you who want to live or retire there to help get around town a little bit more easily.
Interesting. All right, sliding in at number 4 is Columbia, Missouri, which is home to the University of Missouri, Columbia College, and Stevens College. It does have the lowest rents on the list, showing up at $1,082 for your typical 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, which is just slightly above half of the national
It's
average.
crazy.
It also, similar to Morgantown, is rocking it with the seas. It is just kind of middle of the road when it comes to all the things around cost of living, home values, all of those kinds of things, which essentially bubbles it up. It is also known for its progressive politics, its protected journalism, and public art. The University of Missouri and the healthcare industries are by far the largest employers in this area. Worth noting, we did look at 56 cities when we came up with our list here, in part because we know that there are literally thousands of colleges all across the country, and we don't have data that would allow us to get the same information overlaid across every single town or city that has universities or colleges in them. And that's in part why we use the 50 best college towns in America from bestcollegereviews.org and 50 best small college towns in America for 2024 from College Values Online. All of the cities in the top 10 have a 100 on HRC's MEI index, and all but one of the cities in the top 20 also got a 100, which is one of the things that we did find when we were going through state by state. It seemed like universities, towns, or cities oftentimes were the ones that were much higher on HRC's Municipal Equality Index. And then we used all of that data and we overlaid our typical affordability metrics. So if you want to see the whole list of 56 cities on our growing spreadsheet of all this kind of data, you can go to queermoneypodcast.com/cities.
And our honorable mentions come at you from Madison, Wisconsin, scoring the number 9 position, State College, Pennsylvania, coming in at the 11th position, and Fort Collins, Colorado, coming in at the 14th position. And please remember to smash that like and share button and let other LGBTQ plus folks know about this particular list, this series, and the show overall.
All right, coming in at number 3 is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home to Carnegie Mellon, the University of Pittsburgh, and get this, 66 other colleges and universities. This is a very densely educated city. It does have the second lowest home values on the list, coming in at $193,000. It does have the highest cost of living of the top 7, coming in at 94.7%, which is interesting, right? This is the most expensive for cost of living, and it's still well below the national average. It also has the highest median and average incomes, coming in at $57,000 and $76,000 respectively. It did show up as number 12 on Best College Reviews list of the top 50 college towns, and it is also home to some 1,600 tech firms, including locations for Apple, Google, and Intel, and federal headquarters for cyber defense, robotics, and energy research.
It's a brain trust of people there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. All right, our runner-up position is awarded to Syracuse, New York. Syracuse is, of course, the home of Syracuse University and some schools as part of this State University of New York, as well as Lemoyne College. Syracuse does have the lowest home values on this list, coming in at $158,000 for your average property. It has the second lowest cost of living as well at 85.9% of the national average. It has the second highest median income as well, which is kind of nice, coming in at $55,000 a year. And Syracuse landed the number 30 position on Best College Reviews. And it's also home to large employers that include Upstate University's healthcare system, local universities, an abundance of them, Lockheed Martin, Time Warner Cable, Verizon, and several others.
Capital One Auto Navigator does more than just auto financing. We're here to help you find a car you love, too. Shop millions of cars from thousands of dealers nationwide. Research your favorite makes and models. Explore dealers near you and more. All on Auto Navigator.
All right, topping our list at number 1 is Champaign, Illinois, which is home to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I think it's Urbana-Champaign. It is also a Big Ten university school. It also has the second lowest rents, coming in at $1,142 for your typical 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It also has the lowest cost of living at 81.1%, the lowest median incomes at $48,000, and the second highest average incomes coming at $70,000. It was number 13 on Best College Reviews list of the top 50 college towns or cities, and number 24 on College Values Online's list of the top 50 college towns. Big Pharma and Kraft Foods split the employment opportunities mostly with the growing information and technology sector and the university itself. It also is host to a lively music scene, museums, festivals, and a number of other theaters.
Sounds very appealing. So what are your thoughts? Share them in the comments on YouTube, TikTok, or Spotify, or wherever you happen to follow us. If you'd like to see all the data that we're acquiring over this now 1.5 year long analysis, please go to queermoneypodcast.com/cities. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
Join us next Tuesday when Kenneth Davis, the trans capitalist, visits us and shares the economic state of the trans community today. Then next Thursday, we start heading abroad with the 10 best countries for LGBTQ people.
I think people have been clamoring for that particular topic and that segue. So here we go. If you'd like to see the data from this growing series, like I said, that we've been acquiring over this last 1.5 years, and now we'll continue abroad, please go to queermoneypodcast.com/cities or click the link in your podcast player if you're listening on your podcast player. Thanks and have a great weekend.